Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Solidarity. Its mission? To chart the uncharted, to learn, to seek, to discover, to step into the unknown, side by side, united as one. Oh, there we go. Ah, Captain's Log, supplemental. You know, I really never thought that all my years in Starfleet would culminate in the point where I would make an orgasm machine. But here we are. This is the final frontier. Anyway, so, we've put together a machine and I think we're getting ready to go down to the planet and get this wood off. But, it really depends on how my number one is doing. You know? Are they ready? Are they ready to go down and use their mouth to get off the wood? I really hope so. Study out.
All right, welcome everybody with that amazing opening to Star Trek USS Solidarity, our love of Star Trek game where we are exploring the Shackleton Expanse. Currently, the crew were diverted by the captain to get some shore leave. Kind of backfired on him. Ended up on a planet where some strange things are going on with the plant life there. They may be controlling the people on the planet. Long story short, they figured out that that one particular plant, of many in the area, they feed off of certain emotions and certain pheromones and chemicals that are released, mainly through certain feelings, which our captain elaborated with his orgasm machine. However, they, in the course of finding this out, they managed to infuriate the plant life on board, or on the planet. So now, their number one, who used to be chief of security, is going to have to go down
Still
and
technically is.
negotiate. Well, I mean, Hal's kind of been stepping into that role.
No.
Negotiate cease of hostilities, so that missing crew members, as well as the planet populace, could possibly be released by these planets. Three-pronged attack: negotiations, orgasm machine, and some way to protect the crew when they go down to talk to these plants from these spores being released.
Yes, our protection. Our condom, if you will.
Mhm. Mhm. So, before we get started, let's go ahead and introduce our player characters. We're going to go ahead and start with our captain, Captain Eben Stoddy. Go ahead.
Oh, hey, I'm Captain Even Stoddy. I use he, him pronouns, and I am played by Maddie, you know, that guy, who also uses he, him pronouns, and is also just a jackass. Yeah. But yeah, I'm the captain, the very unconventional captain who likes to bear his midriff whenever possible and make orgasm machines.
It's like one of your new favorite things now, isn't it?
Orgasm machines?
Yes.
Just a little bit. A little bit. It's pretty great.
Just remember who gave you the opportunity to role play making an orgasm machine.
Yes. I know. I love you.
Thank you, Maddie. Let's go next. Let's go over to our number one, Sam.
Hi, I'm Sam, the number one, playing Vervin Delta Knight, our currently unconscious again, first officer, and potential also security person. I think Ryan's right. Hal does a lot of that right now, but yeah. They're not freaking out at all. They'll be totally ready to go down to this planet any moment now.
Well, remind me, Sam, why is your character freaking out?
Well, they got a cool call saying that, you know, somebody very near and dear to them is potentially having a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. There's somebody having a baby on ship?
Yeah.
Yep.
It seems like something the captain should know.
Wow, that's cool.
Well, the captain has a lot of people on their ship. You know, this is a galaxy class, so there are many, many people. There's probably multiple pregnant people or even babies on the ship. You know, lots of people have families and stuff.
Really?
And,
God,
yeah.
It's like a lot of work.
Yeah. And not everybody has to directly talk to the captain about it.
Okay.
Next person?
We're going to leave that there for now. Next, we will go over to Lieutenant Commander Maroc. Ulfrig.
Hello, I go by Ulfrig on the internet, and I use she and they pronouns, and I am coming to you from the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Coast Salish people, including the Squamish and Lillooet nations. Trying to make that a thing that I do now. And I play Lieutenant Commander Morak, who is our Klingon Chief of Security. Chief of Engineering. We're all talking about security, and now I'm there too. I think I'll stop before I mess up further credits.
Okay. Thank you, Ulfrig. And you are currently working on the condom machine, correct? Okay.
You don't need to call it condom machine. That's weird. That's like what you like. That's what you go and get the condom from in the bathroom and stuff. Like, no, we're not making that. We're making the condom.
Oh, okay.
This is true. Personal condoms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Full-size condoms. Cover your
Yes.
whole body.
Whole body.
Ever see Naked Gun?
Yep. Just like that. Yeah. Sam's gonna look great, but it's a little late for the condom, apparently.
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 Thank you, Ulfrig. Next, let's go over to the hardest working character in this, because you have now met the other player characters, and this is their therapist.
Yep.
Jay.
Boy, howdy, you know. Some days you just gotta shake your head and go, the fuck.
Somebody deserves
I-
promotion.
I am J Quartz, also known as Big Berta, on the internet. Tonight I am playing the very confused and slightly taken aback Tila Lieutenant. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Ensign. All these lieutenants, God, Ensign Tila Annette. And trying to stay out of the line of fire on information that I did not mean to find out. But here we are.
Oh, but here we are. And where are we? With all these things going on with this sentient plant life, this mind controlling, this feeding off of other sentient life forms. There's a baby being born. Or is it? We don't know. We left with Dell running into the med bay and finding out that their partner is currently experiencing labor. So, I do believe Dell passed out at that.
Yep.
Correct?
Yeah. Unconscious.
Uh,
In the best place to be unconscious, though.
yeah. Yeah.
Can't choose a better place to be unconscious.
And the ensign accidentally read Dale's mind and knows about this issue.
Accidentally.
Well, with consent. Read the mind of Dale with consent.
Yes, I was not fit. Things happened. I got feelings, and feelings were babies.
So, first, let's go over to Lieutenant Commander Maroc. Lieutenant Commander Maroc, you have the data, or the previous data, of the shield emitted generators that isolated that one plant.
Mhm.
And what basically ended up enraging the plant in the first place. So tell me, how are you going to go about miniaturizing it?
Is everyone... Oh, boy. A lot of you guys are muted in the meet, so your captions aren't showing up.
Oh no, just a second.
Oh,
So, Jay...
I am muted. You are right. I apologize.
And,
I-
Sam.
I did wrong.
Wilfred, you're the
I
only
am?
one who wasn't. So.
No, mine is only when I'm muting when I'm quiet.
Oh, you're actually muting on purpose. Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so really it's just Peg and Ryan. Okay.
Yep. Just me. Alright. So, we should be fixed now. So, Ulfric, tell me how you're going to do this.
I think it's the difference between a full medical setup and a medical now I've forgotten the name for it. Damn it. Tricorder. Pick the settings that you want and streamline for that. So these things, they probably have a reduced power, so they might not last as long as the one connected to the plant, and might not be as variable as the one that was put all the way around the tree, but they should suffice for the crew
Okay.
who are in these negotiations.
Okay, and a couple of questions.
Mhm.
Are you working alone on this?
No. I think last time we said that I had brought in everyone's favorite junior lieutenant down in engineering. And if there's anyone else who has expertise that we can wrangle in, definitely pulling them off whatever task they're on to be like, hey, answer this question for us.
Oh, nice.
Does anybody have a character prepared that they would like to put into this task?
I mean, obviously, I'm trying to find the wig. Where is my... Where's my pork wig?
It's in this is the engineering.
Well, it wouldn't just be engineering. They would also need science, the any botany experts or
Wig switch.
Oh, there we go.
This is the content we paid for right here.
Yes.
Also, I love that I heard the sentence, "Where in the world is my pork wig?" um,
Oh,
Pork went a little bit like Mod Squad. I see.
So
a Vulcan.
science would also be helpful. What else? Anything you guys wanna add in there that might be helpful?
what are they doing again?
They're creating the
The condom.
personal shields that isolate the spores that the plant releases.
Got it. Okay. Don't think I have anybody for that.
Devin
let's see.
might be good for this from some
Okay.
aspects, not all about the science, but from not botany, but from a mechanical computer.
Yep, and that like building this thing, building the initial one would be instrumental in all that. So we have who did you have, Jay?
Lieutenant Devon Barker.
Lieutenant Devon Barker. We got Pork, obviously with the wig.
Lieutenant Pork.
And
Vulcan.
we got Ducky. And Sam, you don't have anybody you want to try and throw in there?
I have a scientist, not the right kind of scientist, but they will totally help out. They'll run from one of the upper decks to leave Commander Stoddy because they're finished with their thing to continue on this thing.
Okay.
Bless.
Yeah. So yeah, they definitely will. I think actually Lieutenant Ensign Devon was there also, so they're probably leaving together to get on to the next task. Yeah. So yeah, I totally I have Lieutenant Savak,
Lieutenant
my
Savak.
my Riemann science officer.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
So that is your crew,
Mm-hmm.
Lieutenant Marak. You know what you got to do. You have to
Mhm.
isolate the or the components of the spores, right? You have to be able to filter that out. You have to miniaturize everything, and you have to do that, build it. So, who do you want to assign to what? How do you want to go about this? Let's role play this out. Your crew's all here.
Okay, so,
Ducky is an expert on shield and transporter technology.
excellent. I think we'll be basing a lot of this off the biofilters on the transporters.
Okay.
Good call. What I need from science is the best way to identify the particular spores that we're looking for, and we need to code it in the most concise way possible. We're not going to have the memory of a full medical setup on this thing. We also need to so I think that those are the two big tasks that we've got first.
So, who has the highest botany or natural world or whatever? Would probably be the best one to isolate. Or chemistry.
The two highest things on Savak are natural world and xenobiology. So
I think Savak would definitely be the one to isolate the spores. Miniaturizing bringing it down to its base element so you can make it as small as possible. Who wants to take that task on?
Now, would that be could you apply robotics to that?
Yes, I could see a argument that would be.
I mean, because I can do mechanical repair, but because I'm a whiz at that. But I'm also pretty awesome at robotics, and I think I could see bringing this down, like, as like nanomites.
Mm.
Didn't
Hmm.
and I could be wrong. Didn't we kind of talk about making some type of like in I'm looking at my notes real quick. I think we either mentioned something about a nanite, but disguising it as something that the
That's right. We are going to
we
make bees.
The
We already
bees.
did this,
We were gonna
didn't
make
we?
bees.
yeah, we were
We
gonna
already
make the
did this.
bees.
We
I just
made the
have
bees.
I just have bees
No,
in all
no.
caps
Oh,
on my
no, no, no.
sheet, so I don't
the
know
bees were for
why.
distributing the pheromones.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
not
the
right.
bees
not
were-
for
Oh.
protecting
Yeah.
us from
No.
the
Oh.
from the
From the
infectious
spores.
agent.
Yes, so
Okay.
we need
Yeah.
something
Oh,
else.
okay.
And I think, um, you know, um, we could, what's, what's more protective than, golly, snails.
Nails?
You're gonna have to walk me through that one, Lieutenant.
So, nanomite snails, you know, with their little shells and stuff like that. Their little shells, like, you know, protect us and stuff. I don't know. I'm
Spitballing.
Could
spitballing.
we-
Yes. Really, I just think that they don't need to be anything but little robots.
Okay. So
Could-
you're gonna try and nanite the technology so that as small as or you're using your knowledge of nanite robots
Yeah.
to apply to this small device.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay.
So, what you're implying is you could create a swarm of something around you that projects the field in between them.
Yes.
Like a mini shield?
Yes. Like mini shield generators
All right. Sounds
that
good.
work in tandem.
I like it. I like it. We're figuring it out. And so that's we've isolated. You got the person working on isolating the pheromone. You got the person working on miniaturizing or compacting the information or the technology. What else do you want? What else did you want?
It sounded like miniaturizing the technology, isolating the spores, so that we know what we're filtering out. And then Junior Lieutenant Ducky, yeah, he's lieutenant now, was going to be part of the team who was going to simplify the computers to run that code.
Okay. Outstanding. And Jay, what about Jay? What are we doing with? What is
Devon
your
Parker.
Devon Parker?
Yeah.
So many names.
At this point, since we kind of have a running list of what we need, I would think trying to figure out how to make the suit as flexible and as movable, because if we are so, and trying to figure out how I want to phrase this. If we send Dell down in the suit, do they have to have physical contact with the tree in order for the emotions to be felt? Like, to what extent?
You guys have experienced these emotions multiple times while not touching the tree.
Okay.
So yeah.
But we want them to be discreet. So
Right.
maybe working on like some form of
Camouflage or
cloning.
shield.
Yeah,
cloaking.
making it
Cloaking,
undetectable.
yes.
Because the tree got really angry actually at the last shield attempt. So
Yes.
maybe making it so it doesn't notice is a very good idea.
Yes.
So now the question, and my brain's shooting off. Now the question is, would if the tree feels like we're trying to sneak up on it, could that possibly have repercussions? Because we know we know a frontal approach doesn't work, but I'm just also wary of what exactly it might interpret us trying to sneak around it.
Well,
Well, go ahead.
I think the concern is the um, if we were to present a shield,
Mhm.
or at least make it noticeable, that is what's going to offend or upset this tree being. Um, so we want to cloak it in some way, um, so that, or disguise it, or camouflage it as you would, so that it doesn't appear to, so that it doesn't appear that the commander has a shield.
So, I love where this mentality is going because that was one of the things I had prepared was uh, the fact that it does not like the idea of this. And Jay, we can walk through your steps because I have this already figured out
Okay.
when we get to your turn.
Okay.
However, Ulfric,
Mm-hmm.
Lieutenant Commander Marat, for each of these tasks, I am going to allow you a role in a way to assist them. Whether
Excellent.
you are assisting them physically or whether you're providing your leadership skills, that will be up to you. Okay? However, if you attempt to help somebody and you fail these leadership skills or these attempted helps, that will put disadvantage for them. So it is your choice how much you want to help or not help somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's start with the first task: isolation of the. Yeah, that's you, Sam. Isolation of the spore. So, how do you want to go about it?
Savak, what do you think your chances are?
Isolating the spore, pretty good actually. I've already got a lot of data on the biology of this as I was trying to synthesize a pheromone for it earlier. So, isolating the spores should be a piece of cake, I would think, as many people would say.
Then I'll leave you to it. Slap on the back. That, if
What,
depending on
what's
Savak's hardiness, might be a little too hard to be comfortable.
Savak is a pretty frail looking fellow. Yeah, like very much like you can
Buddy.
tell that because of their constitution, their lack of, liking bright lights and stuff, they tend to just curl up in the dark at home. That's their recreational thing is, so um so they don't get a lot of physical activity for sure. Um okay, let's do it.
All right. So, what are you rolling? Are you going with xenobiology or are you going with natural world?
I think natural world.
Okay. Go
Yeah.
ahead. So, you are specifically focusing on the spore
Uh-huh.
part, not the communication part.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's a big success. Um 13 out of 90.
Holy moly, that is an
Yes.
extreme success.
Yeah.
So you are easily able to isolate the spores. The spores will not be able to. You have identified the spores. You have broken them down to their base components. You know how to block these spores from getting past something. So, where do we want to go next, Lieutenant Commander Marak?
Let's see. I think the next thing we need to do is miniaturize the computer. Find out just how small we can make it to still do that identification.
Okay.
So, Lieutenant Ducky, you're up.
Lieutenant Ducky. Uh, are you going to assist in any way?
Hey, Ducky. All right, Ducky. How are you feeling about this task?
I mean, this is kind of my specialty, but I'm just a lieutenant. I just got promoted to lieutenant too, and I don't know.
Does that make you any less competent at this specialty?
No, no, Commander. I am very good at my specialty, but he looks nervous.
Buddy. um, Let's see. Yeah, I'll go ahead and try using a leadership role to see if I can buck up his confidence a little bit.
Okay. All right.
That is barely a success, I think.
Okay.
But it's
So,
a success, yeah.
It's a success, so that gives him an advantage die.
Yes.
Grab that real quick, and I will roll on his. That's a 7 out of 75.
Whoa.
So
Damn.
he, after your little like, I'm sure you're gonna do fine. Well, let's role play that out. You didn't actually say what you were gonna say. So.
I kind of wanted to see how it went, actually. So, Lieutenant Commander Ducky, I picked you because I knew you are more than capable of this. Do not prove me wrong. End of pep talk.
And with that, Ducky just straightens up his uniform, and he looks more confident, and he just dives into the thing. And after a little while, he comes back and goes, I got it figured out. It's too easy.
Excellent. Next time I will provide you a greater challenge so you can hone your skills.
Okay, Commander.
You can handle it. Good work.
Where are we gonna go next, Lieutenant Commander Maroc?
All right, let's make the robotic nanite core tech
Oh,
for it, I think.
okay. First though, Sam, what was the character's name and pronouns?
Savak and he, him.
Thank you. Of course, Commander. Let me get right on that.
Are you going to help or inspire in any way you want? I believe he's using robotics.
Lieutenant, is this something similar to anything you've done before?
Oh. Well, I'm applying knowledge that I am quite capable of to obviously something that we have not done before. But yes, the principles are all the same. I feel confident.
Would I be able to use an, I don't know if this will work, analysis to like double check how things are being converted?
I would allow that. I would allow that as long as he is going to allow like you to look over his shoulder and stuff as he works.
May I have a look at the initial schematics?
I am internally completely frightened of the commander. I never balk away from them looking over my shoulder for fear of my life.
Let me change that request then. Let me have a look at the preliminary schematics, Lieutenant.
Yes, of course.
Excellent.
Go ahead and roll your analysis. See if you can give.
That is that a 1 or a 7? That is an 11 under 51.
So that's a hard success, not
yes. Oh, but
quite
it's
an
not quite an
extreme.
extreme success. Dang it.
So you'd
Still
have
good.
to you'd have to spend 1 point of luck to make an extreme success.
You know what? I've got like 60 luck. I'll do that.
Okay.
So,
All right. So you're gonna make it an extreme success. That gives you 3. Wait, success, hard success. 3 bonus die.
What?
That gives you 3 bonus die.
Okay. Is that? Am I rolling 3 D100s or 4?
4.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Hold on. I gotta bust open the box.
actually get to use all them dice.
Oh boy. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Marak is just going to look over your shoulder at the schematics and go, I think you'll find you're going to need additional energy into this conduit here, or the final nanite will be underpowered for what you wish.
Oh. Of course. Commander. Well, that is a 30 under 60.
Nice, a hard success. So yeah, that task is now complete. Finally, the only thing left is making it hit. So, Devin,
Devin or Devon?
Devon or
Devon.
Devon.
Look at the Twitch page, Twitch screen.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay. I usually okay. Devon, Lieutenant Barker. You sit down. You've been given this task. You sit down and you start looking over the data. The first thing I want you to roll. Yours is gonna be a little different. The first thing I want you to roll is I want you to either roll analysis or what was the other one we were using for figuring something out?
Situational read.
Situational read.
Okay,
I'll
so
let you decide.
I'm gonna go with ooh. Oh no. That's a 13 under 36.
Okay. So that is a hard success. So as soon as you sit down, your first mind is, how can I hide this, right? That's your first thought. But then as you're starting to think, does a plant even have eyes? How does it know?
How will I know?
So sitting there, I'm kind of like trying to go through like the base anatomy, nothing too into, but like the base anatomy of the plant, how it feels. Some I feel like its roots would be.
So I will give you a little hint since you're situational reading. That's why I wanted you to do that.
Okay.
The void. When you created the shield around the tree, it cut it off from communication with everything. Now, if you create a shield around a person, there will still be a void of response from those chemicals being released.
Okay. I think I'm tracking what you're trying to say, but I'm trying to figure out how I can connect these dots. Could we somehow make the shield emit some kind of like the same frequency that, or the same spores that the tree is giving off?
So as you start thinking around this way, which is exactly where I wanted you to go. Go ahead.
Lieutenant Savak, you said you were on a team that was seeking to do exactly that?
Well, we were making pheromones, emotional receptors, basically for this, because this tree really feeds off of the emotions of people. So we were synthesizing that effectively, so that we could give it a big rush. Yes.
So,
Uh,
Savat, do you have anything you would like to assist with? The... No? I just don't know how much you guys have figured out, so I'm trying to give you a chance to say it if
So-
you have.
So it's like,
well,
Oh, go ahead.
Savak will say it, because they figured it out. I think. So what you're saying, Lieutenant Barker, is that you're trying to hide the shield, but whilst making it seem like the shield is not there at all, like that there's still an emotional response.
try. I think the best way is to try to create a connection that's, according to the tree, perhaps already there. If we're going to send Lieutenant Dell down,
Could could you put as part of this cloaking mechanism receptors on these drones so that when they detect that they're being probed, they put off pheromones, effectively stimulating with the tree, an emotional response, like it's getting something out of there.
So I love where you're going with this, Sam, but I'm gonna cut in. No, it's partially right. So during your research with your extreme success on the spores, there was a chemical reaction that when the spores got absorbed by a human being, that would release, and that informed the tree that was receptive. Now,
Yes. Okay. We're on the same wavelength. I'm just explaining it wrong. Okay. Yeah. We're in the exact
but it
same
isn't
place.
emotion. It isn't the emotion. It isn't the same thing it feeds off of. It's
Yeah.
just another way it communicates.
Yeah. Okay.
so it's strictly the pheromones that I'm trying. I hope my brain's making sense. So when it's sent,
it's the chemical reactions when it interacts with a biological life form.
oh, okay, I see. Okay, I get what you're talking about.
All right. So how would you like to roll this? What are you good at?
I am. Let's see. I am pretty decent at mechanical repair. I'm meh in robotics, and I would just say maybe electrical repair because I don't think any of this other or computer use, but I don't think that would do the trick in this situation.
Yeah. There's multiple ways of doing this because you are using your expertise. So what is?
I will go with
Barker.
mechanical repair. Mechanical repairs is better.
Okay. So this is a way to mechanically release that response. So you're working really close with Savat. Ulfric, or Lieutenant Commander Marak, how would you like to assist in this?
I think Marak is also pretty good at mechanical repair, so I think let's make this up because that's what we're doing, and say that we need some sort of synthesis device that can connect to an distribution device on ours, and I'll work on one end of that, and you can catch the other. And that way it's less workload in the amount of time.
Okay.
Lieutenant Commander Marak, you want to go ahead and roll yours to see what type of advantage you would give Lieutenant Barker?
So you're gonna double team it. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tag team it is you.
27 under 65.
So that is a hard success. So that means you have
Success.
2 advantage dice, Lieutenant Barker.
Okay. So
I am nervous about my rolls later in this game.
right, like it's like fire at the table, and you're like, ah, shit. All right,
We
so
are
I'm
going to be
rolling.
in a fight, and Marak is going to beef it.
So I got two advantage dice.
2 advantage dice, so you should be rolling 3 tens dice.
Okay.
And then the ones die.
Okay, 3 10s. Oh, 3 10s, and the one. Okay, so we're gonna do. Who hasn't screwed me yet? Story of my life. Ah, stop.
Story of this tree's life, too.
So, that is going to be a 38 under 70.
So just a regular success.
Yep.
But that is all the components you need, and you are successful in your creation of the personal bodycon.
Nice. Excellent work, team. I've got the rounds at 10 forward.
Hold you to it.
All right.
You mean the place where we all drink for free?
So-
Wait, isn't everything free?
Yes, yes. We don't utilize money anymore.
Then I
Guys,
will break out the special bottle of blood wine for tonight's revelry.
Oh, well then, that is a different story.
And
Excellent.
I'll bring a nice pot of chamomile.
Truly a most feared beverage among warriors.
Mm. That was
All right.
sarcasm, Commander.
The fight against sleep is one of the greatest any of us shall know.
Okay. I'm afraid now.
We're going to cut away from engineering, and we're going to go up to the bridge.
Okay.
Wig switch.
Wig switch.
Love it. Here for it.
Oh.
Sam is not ready to deal with this.
Hair for it or hair for it?
Oh,
Hey.
Hey.
Get those dad jokes ready. Someone's gonna be a daddy.
Yeah. What? Let me see. Did I get that right? I think so. Yeah. Okay.
Captain Hal is talking to you. Lieutenant Commander Marak has reported that their stage of the plan has been complete, and so we're just waiting on the number one.
Oh. Okay. Huh. Study to Dell.
No answer.
No answer. And you do know where Dell was last. You sent them to interface with a net to go down.
Study to Ensign Annette.
Yes, Captain Stoddy, how can I help you?
Have you seen my number one?
I believe they were. Boy, howdy. I believe they were on their way to the medical bay. I don't know what for. They seemed they seemed a bit in a
Ensign?
rush.
Ensign,
Yes, Captain.
do I detect deception?
Captain, due to patient counselor confidentiality, I am not at liberty to discuss the possible
are
whereabouts.
attempting deception, and it's difficult. It's difficult. I know. It's not something we're used to. You'll get used to it the longer you're in your profession. I swear you'll get better. It is a ridiculous concept, and I'm not a big fan of it, but it is part of being in Starfleet, part of being around humans, and all their gobbledygook. Okay, so did you say sick bay?
Yes, that is all that I know,
Oh,
Captain.
oh, okay. Then study out. um, part of Parks. Yeah, Parks. You have the bridge. And I'm gonna head to sickbay.
Oh God.
Got me
So,
up in this drama.
who has medical personnel that are in sick bay? Obviously, your EMH ain't going to be there because you're going to be in the scene, Maddie. Any medical people that you have, Sam won't be in there because you're going to be in the scene. Mainly Jay and Alfred. Do you have medical people in?
I have one who was working on the definitely not murder hornets. She can come back down.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me pull
I-
that character sheet up.
No, my other one's just a. I think I was gonna have them do security. So
Okay. That's fine because you're gonna. I'm sure maybe, counselor might be useful in this upcoming situation.
Maybe might be needed.
let me get the sage ready.
He could have saged us.
Look, I'm not about this life. Y'all quit playing with me.
What was the your medical character, Ulfrig? What was the rank, name, and pronouns?
I have Lieutenant Junior Grade Dr. Farah, Fera, Elise, and she, her.
She, her. Okay. And okay.
Oh, you really got out the sage, didn't you?
If you've never known it's like to be shot out of a cannon and you don't know where you're gonna land, that's what that felt like. It was
They gotta smudge away all this bad energy. Just yeah.
I gotta get ready to go do this mission, and we got baby daddy Dale drama going on.
Okay, and export. Okay. All right. So I'm heading to heading down to sick bay. Interesting. What is happening to my number one? He's not communicating. That's weird.
Captain Stoddy.
Uh-huh.
You walk into sick bay.
Uh-huh.
There is a pregnant woman
Oh.
screaming,
Oh.
laying in the bed right next to the pregnant woman is your number one, passed out.
Wow. Okay, so you're busy with that. That's cool. I'm going to I'm going to grab a medical tricorder and I'm going to scan Dell.
And we'll go ahead and say that Lieutenant Elise is actually checking on Dell.
Lieutenant Farah, because she's Bajoran, so
Lieutenant Farah
Mhm.
is currently checking on Dell.
Lieutenant, what's the status?
well, Captain, it appears he had a sudden drop in blood pressure from a shock and is currently unconscious. We expect him to recover fully and wake up within a few minutes.
Sure.
I think I don't remember my notes from that session. Just say Dell what?
I
I
wonder what he could have been shocked about.
Ah!
It's a great big universe, Captain. Oh, excuse me. And Dr. Farah is going to go to the woman giving birth next and do the thing that doctors do in movies and stick her head under the sheet covering her lower half and say something about dilation.
There you go.
I'm sorry. Do I recognize the person who's screaming?
I don't think you do.
Huh.
I don't think you even knew that Dale had a relationship.
Well, I'm not. That part I don't know anything about. I'm just curious if I know this person. See, I don't know anything about the thing, just yet. And
So this person would not have interacted with you. And
Right.
correct me if I'm wrong, Sam, because
No, they could potentially know them. How big a fan is Stoddy of drinking?
I mean, I love a good cocktail, like, Why are they the
They're-
10 forward?
They're a bartender at 10 Forward.
Oh, yeah, I would totally know them, of course.
Okay.
I probably would be quite familiar with them indeed, on a first name basis. And yeah, what was the first name?
Celia?
Celia? Oh my God, I didn't realize you were pregnant. Oh my God. You're always behind the bar.
That's what I was thinking.
she looks over at you. She's like, "Now isn't the time, Captain."
Hey, okay. Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay. Here, look, just look. I'm gonna walk up. I'm like, just here. Grab my hands. Okay. Look in my eyes. Okay. It's okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
She squeezes your hand.
Yep.
Any person who's ever been a child.
Yeah, that's great. Okay.
So,
Just like that.
Lieutenant Farah, are you assisting with this birth?
Yes.
I'm gonna have you go ahead and roll medicine.
Okay.
Breathe.
Do.
Captain, I want you to try and calm this person down.
Okay, calm this person down. What am I rolling here?
What do you want to do?
Let me bring up my character sheet because I was using pork. Okay, so I would say, this could be charm, or I could see leadership here, or persuade,
Whichever you want to try,
and
then role play it out.
I'm going with so remind me the difference between charm and persuade.
So persuade is like you spending time to convince somebody of your arguments. So this would be you trying to explain to her why she's going to be okay.
Right.
Charm would be like smoothing words, making things sound good.
Ah. Okay. I will go
Thanks
with
for the raid, Spooky.
Hey.
Okay.
I will go with persuade. And because they are obviously a civilian, so I'm not going to try leadership on them.
Yeah, I demand as your captain, you be fine.
That's the one time you don't have no power.
And I'm just like, yeah, it's gonna be okay. Just breathe. Please stop trying to break my hands. And that's a 9 under
Yes.
45.
Oh wow! So we've had a hard success and an extreme success. This baby is coming.
Mm-hmm.
How awesome is it that the captain is going to help calm the partner of his number one while she has this baby and not know about it at all?
Their baby.
Their baby. And not know about it at all. So, Sam, I'm going to go ahead and have you roll me a Constitution check.
That's a pass. 27 out of 30.
All right. You wake up. And you look over and see the captain holding her hand.
And Del goes.
Just breathe. It's okay. It's okay.
And Del kind of bolts up and goes, "Daddy," and looks at the captain.
Daddy. Whoa, no. This is not. This is not my thing. Del, what happened to you, man? You're laying down on the job. There's giving birth right now. Oh, God damn it!
You hear from between the legs, 2 more just like that.
No.
I'm sorry, Captain. I was just a little bit surprised when I walked in.
Okay. Have you never seen someone give birth before?
And
Not
here
this
comes
time
the next
around.
contraction. Ready and
You stay away from me!
Whoa. Hey, that's my number one there. He's the first officer. He's got it. He's got to be able to go anywhere he needs. You know.
Captain, please be quiet.
What?
Permission to speak freely, Captain?
Always.
Please be quiet.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah. Conversation can happen after this is all done, I think.
Okay.
For the betterment of the mother.
Okay. That's great. Would you like to take the place of the squeezing? Because this is excruciating.
Of course. I would be more than happy to relieve you.
And Doctor, it's coming right now. It's coming right now.
excellent. We've got it. It's crowning other things that doctors say.
Okay. Okay, breathe, squeeze.
And there they are. All right. And
cry.
smack
This
and
cry comes
And-
down.
Just like any TV show, they look like they're covered in jelly.
yep. It said, congratulations. It said, tiny angry potato. It appears to be human and Trill. Congratulations.
Oh God, that's
What would Dell do with hearing the cry of his child or their child?
Look with utter bewilderment at just everything that's going on, and walk over to the doctor, and I'm assuming they've done all the snip and everything like that.
Cord's been cut and
Just kind of
tests are done.
just like take the baby off of them and bring them over to the mother.
Congratulations, parents.
And
parents.
Parents.
I think the doctor
seriously,
is going to take
doctor,
out her
I'm
phone
not
and
the dad.
click
I'm not the
just
dad.
at that moment.
Okay? I think you misunderstand.
Captain, with all due respect, get your butt out of there.
Captain, I'll talk to you later. Please leave.
Oh shit. Huh. Congratulations. Doctor, I could use some help with my hands.
Of course. I think next time you choose to be present for a birth, you might want to consider a Bajoran one. They're very different.
You know, if I have a choice, I'm not going to be present for a birth.
So as you look back, Stoddy, you see Dell and what's her name again? Sorry.
Celia.
Celia. Dell's kind of holding the baby and kind of like slides into the bed, and they're looking at the baby and fawning over the baby together. And I think that's a perfect place to go to break, even though it's a little early. I think that would be a perfect place to go to break.
Yeah. Really,
Unless Stoddy has something he wants to say as he looks back and sees that picturesque picture.
I'm looking back, and then I turn my attention back to the doctor, and I'm like, please. I have other things to do.
The little sound of a medical hypo spray injecting you with painkiller.
That's the stuff.
Welcome back, everybody. We have solved the final mechanical issue of dealing with this sentient plant controlling human beings thing. Next, all that's left of that is the negotiations. But we had a baby. So, Captain, you've just witnessed your number one. I think Stoddy even has put 2 and 2 together at this point. As you exit medbay to give them privacy, and Cynthia, you're standing there wringing your hands.
Ensign, Interesting to see you here. Right here.
Yeah.
Outside the door.
Mm-hmm.
The
Uh,
thing that, um, um, well, the, deception. Huh. Yes. Counselor patient confidentiality. Well, I am aware that my first officer is a parent.
mm,
Birth has happened.
yes.
Birth has happened on these hands.
Oh. Oh.
Squeezing, holding the mother's hands, squeeze them to. Oh my god.
That's what I was feeling.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought something had happened with the mother, and I rushed down. Oh, okay. Whew. Well, that's one thing off my plate. So it was you. I do understand the gravity of the situation, sir.
Yeah.
Like I said, I it was I wasn't trying to deceive you. However, when
Mm-hmm.
you had sent Lieutenant Dell down to my quarters and we were doing a meditative exercise, I sensed that he was under some sort of duress, not knowing exactly what that duress was.
Counselor, it's okay. You don't need to explain this. It's fine. Um, there's 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 a good reason, I'm sure,
Yes, of course.
for all of this. Um, while my time with Vervin hasn't been very long, Dell I know quite well, and they'll have a good reason
Of course, I'm sure.
for not telling me they're having a baby. It's definitely going to be a good reason. So I trust in that. For the
That's
moment.
that's very good to hear. I would also like to schedule some time with Lieutenant Dell just to see where their head is at. Parenthood is a monumentous and often chaotic time, especially for new parents, from what I've experienced and had dealings with in previous sessions. So I'm going, and she's like gonna like point to the door of the med bay, trying to like slap herself away.
Right. Um, while you're in there,
Hmm.
um, maybe we can get a bit of a status report on our current mission.
Of of course, sir. Right away.
Thank you. Um, oh, and counselor,
Yes, Captain.
you're doing a very good job.
Um, thank you, Captain. I appreciate that coming from you.
Of course, of course. Um, after this current mission is over, do not be surprised by um, uh, you may be getting a promotion. Okay, and I'll walk on to the turbo lift.
All right, with that, we're going to cut over to inside of sickbay. Dale, you were sitting next to your mate, your spouse, holding your baby. I told you should have told him.
Uh-huh.
Now look
Uh,
where
um It's okay. We'll fix it the way you can fix anything. Through open and honest dialogue.
You
Uh,
know, Del, that, or Vervin, that is exactly what I love about you. But you are not
Yeah.
open with him.
Yeah. Uh, you know why I couldn't do it.
And you know why you could. He wouldn't tell anybody.
I'm not worried about him telling. People were bound to find out sooner or later.
There you go.
Just kind of wanted to maybe hold on hope for a little while.
Apparently he's kind of on the inside and the outside.
I know. But you have a mission.
I do. I have to go pleasure a tree apparently.
Well, you are good at pleasuring.
And like seeing that has happened, that has been said in front of the doctor, Dell just goes bright red, like, and you can tell like that Dell's used to this because that's obviously the response that they're looking for. Yeah.
I guessed, by the way. Don't worry about it.
Thank you, doctor.
I'll be in my office.
There's another hole there.
Okay. Yes, but there's a lot at stake down there. There's a lot of people in trouble. A lot of people that need us.
Yeah,
This is what you have been training for. To show that the military option is not the option. Communication can work and always will work.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about us. We'll be fine up here. We'll be here when you get back.
Okay. Have you thought of any names?
I'm gonna wait for you. We'll discuss that later.
Okay. I think I've got one. So
What's that?
yeah.
I'll think about it. What do you got?
Well, you're gonna have to think about it pretty hard because I don't know if you're gonna like it. How about even?
I like it.
Okay.
Go be a hero.
And they're gonna go leave.
And as you get up and start walking, the ensign's gonna come in the door. As you're walking out the door.
Ensign Annette,
Are you serious?
you're
man?
muted, Jay, I think. Or
Yeah.
I can't hear anybody.
No,
Yeah.
that's me. Lieutenant Dell, just the person I was dying to see. So the captain has some feelings.
Okay, can we discuss the captain's feelings as we walk and talk? There is a mission happening.
Yes. Just what real? Is this your partner? I'm assuming.
Yes.
Next
Okay,
time
and I'm
you
going to walk over to her.
Yeah.
Hi. I know your hands are full with
Yeah.
new baby. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
At some point, if you would like, I do prenatal counseling. Motherhood is a very trying time. Your hormones and your mind are usually not aligned.
I appreciate it, and I'll consider it. All right, I'll consider
Okay.
it. Right?
Okay. And from what I felt to the captain, that was a rough labor. So Congratulations once again, Lieutenant Dell. Let's go.
Okay. Okay.
and
well,
she like waves the baby's hand by as you walk away. Yeah.
and Dell catches it, and they stop, and you can tell on their face they seriously think about not leaving, and then still leave.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. What was it? You said Stoddy had big feelings? Stoddy always has big feelings.
Yes, but I get the sense these feelings are way more personal. Usually the captain's very open and very upfront about his feelings on um, deception and trying to hide the truth. And these, I'm afraid, check all of those boxes. And seeing as how you two have a very close relationship, I'm just worried that uh, there might be some underlining uh, emotional damage that might have come from this. But that is a lot to unpack, and we have to uh, get ready for our current mission ahead. I do want to ask before we were um, interrupted by the situation, how are you feeling? We didn't really get a chance to um, complete the meditative exercise, but just at a quick surveillance, how are you feeling right now, Lieutenant Dell, at this moment?
Um, I I'm feeling great, if I'm being honest. We can talk our way out of this.
I hope your optimism proves correct.
I'm not always right about it, but if I aim to be, eventually it will work out. Um, we just got to find the right way. You approach anybody the right way and talk to them the right way. You can do it, even if it is a tree.
Well, I definitely have faith in your optimism, and I definitely hope that this this newfound feeling of joy uh, aids us in our endeavors.
Yes, well, you see, things would go badly if I don't succeed, and now I have to succeed, Ensign.
Sounds like you are getting the first lessons in being a parent. Your child comes first.
Just relearning it all over again.
It can be a bit scary, but usually it's always a lesson everybody enjoys learning.
If I'm being honest, didn't enjoy learning it the first time around. It was terrifying the whole way through. So yeah. Still terrified for them to this day.
That's natural. I mean, no matter how many children you have, and parents worry no matter how old they get, and you tend to find that even as the children get older, they worry about their parents as if the parent was the child. So, having older parents myself, I can understand that sense of worry for their well-being.
My children don't have to worry for me, Ensign Annette. I'm dead to them.
Oh,
Anyway, let's continue. We've got a tree to talk to.
you're correct.
Where are you heading right now? Are you heading to the bridge or?
Wherever would have been needed, if that's
Technically, yes, to the bridge because I have to report to the captain before we beam down. Um, that's kind of standard procedure. We were told to interface, meet back up with them, and then proceed on for the diplomatic thing. So, yes.
I like to believe that Lieutenant Commander Maroc, after finishing your task, you are back up at your tactical station or the engineering station on the bridge. Um, and Stoddy, when you came back to the bridge, what did you do? Did you go in your ready room, or did you just? Muted.
Yeah, right. I came onto the bridge, looked at Parks, basically did a and stepped into the back into the science lab.
Okay. And what are you doing in the science lab currently?
I'm bringing up star charts, and I am looking at stars.
Okay. Dell and Tia, you come up to, or Annette, you come up to the bridge. The turbo lift door opens. The captain is not on the bridge. You do see Lieutenant Commander Maroc.
Lieutenant Commander, how goes your endeavor?
Everything is constructed to above adequate standards. The team performed admirably.
Excellent. I'm confident that it will be able to protect me down there from whatever influences there may be. Okay. Where I guess we transport down with it. What have you come up with? Actually, no, let's walk and talk. You'll brief the captain with me.
Excellent. Does the captain join us?
No, Dell's going to the captain's ready room.
Okay.
To make the captain be a captain.
Okay.
And you hear on the door the doo-dee.
There's no answer at the ready room.
I could have swore he would.
Stoddy to Dell.
Delta Sadi.
I'm in the lab.
Damn it! I should have known he'd be there. Okay, let's go. Walking to the astrometrics lab.
Enter the lab, and Dottie is looking at star charts.
So, are y'all ready to complete this mission?
Yes, Captain.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. What do you have for me?
Captain, we have completed the shielding device. It will protect one individual from the blah 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 I explained.
You have enough. You've made enough for 4.
It will protect 4 individuals.
No, yeah. So it's an individual device, but you have 4 devices created.
Awesome.
Basically, 1, 2, 3, 4.
So it will protect a small team at contact. We believe it to be indetectable to the tree using the methods it has used before. So it may give a slight hint of surprise in negotiations.
Good job, Commander.
Thank my team. They
will.
did excellent work.
I'll ensure to do that.
Morak is going to look at the captain strangely and look at Dell and Tila.
Marak is the only one that doesn't know.
Number one.
Captain.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am, Captain.
I'll turn away from the star charts and actually look at the team now.
I was about to say.
Alrighty. So you know what you're doing? You're ready to go?
Yes, Captain.
All right. Go be Starfleet.
Ooh, love it. So Captain, are you assigning a team or?
I don't assign the
Oh
away
no,
teams.
you don't. You don't. Number one. Who are you taking with you?
Okay. I think taking into account the experimental nature of the devices we're wearing, I would want at least one member from each of the two separate teams,
Mm-hmm.
just in case anything goes wrong on there, somebody who can troubleshoot something on the ground. So somebody involved in the shields team, and then somebody who's involved in the spore team, not
Okay.
the spore team, the pheromone team.
The Murder Hornet team.
Murder Hornets, there we go.
Team
Yep.
Murder Hornet.
Buzz, buzz.
Yeah. Yep. So
Team Condor.
yeah. So, and then let's see, who else do I need? So I think for that, I would actually like Ensign Tila and Ensign Annette, because I think they're going to be really good in a talking situation. I actually do want Lieutenant Commander Marak, because they're involved in the shields. And then who? Oh,
That was last time we played, so.
no, Stoddy was Stoddy in that. I think Pork will be fine. Pork sounds good. We'll take Pork. I think they're a good like sounding influence, and they know a lot about sciencey stuff. So we need at least one science person, because Dell don't science. Science.
Nick and Maddie. This wig change is awesome. I love this.
That was a good wig change. Yeah.
Who wig changed up 3?
I love that you have a wig change like multiple times an episode, and it's just every time we have an episode, I have a different fucking haircut.
Okay, so that's your away team.
Yep.
So Pork, Annette, Marak, and you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that sounds like my team. And Sam's thinking also Pork's good at not Pork, Marak's good at hitting things in a pinch. And somebody needs to be able to resort to violence, or else this will all fall apart.
God forbid it's the chief of security.
I am now the chief of staff, sir.
All right. So, are you just gonna leave, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna literally, like, as I'm walking, comms over to all of them, telling them to meet me at the transporter bay.
All right. Are you all heading down to the transporter bay?
That was the order.
Quick stop by the weapons locker for a couple of more discreet options.
Okay.
I
I'm
think
guessing the flamethrower is going to get nixed. So
I think I'm gonna head there, but I'm gonna reach out to I'm not gonna make you don't have to change your wig again, Kat. But I am gonna like what I have noticed, like the change in demeanor of the captain from our time, literally from the time we were outside the door to now.
Maddie
I
likes doing the wig change.
I see.
What? What? Who's like a good wig? Um, yeah, I mean, you know, it's
I think
pretty obvious.
everybody noticed his change in demeanor.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to like telepathically reach out and be like, subtle, very subtle.
I don't do subtlety.
Yeah, it's no disrespect, Captain. It's very, very obvious.
And
I mean, well, I would, as your counselor, I would say I do understand your frustration. However, right now, you just show that you have a little more faith. Not saying you don't, but I think because of the nature of this mission, just try to be a little more of a captain and not so much of a stoddy. The Betazoid stoddy.
I am who I am.
True. You are. But you're also the captain of a starship, and you're about to send an away team down. That's what they need right now.
Ensign, you don't really know me that well yet. You will, and you'll find that I am the stinkiest layered onion you'll ever meet. One thing I know is that Dell knows I have full confidence in him, in them. They're ready. They got this. Have their back. And let's get this done with. You guys got this.
Yes, sir.
You reach the transporter bay. All of you are there.
Wait. Oh. Five.
Wait, let's cut back to the captain real quick. No, I'm just...
Just cut the wig in half. Have one half stoddy, one half.
You get to the transporter bay. Lieutenant Commander Maroc starts attaching the devices to you that will shield you. The device that is going to be releasing the pheromones as food for this creature. What does it look like? I like to believe it looks like a honeycomb, like a beehive, like a man-made beehive.
Okay.
Since we went with the murder hornet
Sure.
analogy.
What if it were like a phaser rifle type thing that shoots the bees out of it and then it would be a BB gun.
Stop it. Stop it.
Never.
I'm here for it.
That was adorable.
You shoot your eye out.
You like the wicker man? The bees. Bees.
So, Dell, you're in charge.
Okay. Thank you all for coming. We're gonna be proceeding down so that we can speak with this entity, find out what it wants, and also find out what way to help it so that we can get everybody what they need down there. I have confidence that you can all do it. I know the captain does, and let's proceed. Everybody have your protective body covering on. Got it. Okay, excellent. And pheromone devices. We have a pheromone device. Yes. Okay. Okay. Well, then I think transporter 4 ready to beam down.
Where do you want to beam down, Dell?
So we know where this tree is, right?
You
This
know
entity?
exactly where the tree is. You could beam down into the central area that the complex is built around, where the tree is at. You could do it in the atrium area, the round walkway area that a window had been broken that you could climb through, or
I think
down to the transporter bay.
no, I think the atrium area, somewhere, as long as it's somewhere where we could approach. I'm not looking to beam down directly into it, as that might be taken as a hostile thing. I want to approach it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. As you materialize in the atrium area, a little far back from probably about where you transported out, where you emergency transported out, you transport in. And you see the base working as normal. People are walking around. Don't appear to be being controlled.
Do any of them register that we've beamed in there?
I mean, they all do. They all kind of oh, hey, people are here. But this is a way station, right? So it isn't that odd, but
Morak is going to scowl at someone.
they just kind of shy away and keep going about their business.
Can I try to get the overall feeling of the area that we're in, of the people passing us, what if something maybe pings?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a power check.
Oh, buddy, that is what number is that? Oh, that is a 19 under.
If yours is
90.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's an extreme success. And as you kind of reach out to touch the different minds, it seems like you would on a regular space station or something. Everybody has their own feelings, their own thoughts, their own going about their busy day.
But nothing.
Nothing Nothing that tells you that it's a hive mind, or nothing that indicates that they're in alert. Nothing that indicates deception. They're just going about their business.
And I'm gonna look to Lieutenant Dahl and say, "S- I don't sense any semblance of what we felt before. It's almost like they're back to being individuals. I don't sense that same collective consciousness like we've done before.
Do you still sense the entity? Um,
Would I have sensed the entity?
If you reached out specifically to sense the entity, you would sense the entity. Yes.
Can I do that?
Yep. Yeah. No, that's fine. You could, with your extreme success, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, the entity is still there.
Um, yes, from what I can sense, that the tree is s- still there, this, but the collective conscience is non-existent, like it never existed. Very strange.
hmm. Maybe, maybe it's because of the lack of an outside influence. The fact that it only registers that the people who are supposed to be here are here. Hmm.
Mm, kind of like a virus to a body.
Yeah, yeah. These people have, lived here, grown up here. It's used to them. It's not looking to necessarily. Maybe it was using them to feed off of us, if that makes sense.
That is a possibility. I don't know if that would solve the problem of the tree dying. That much we do know, that the tree is dying. What
It is.
happens when it dies is the unknown. I I don't know. This isn't what I expected when we came back here.
Orc,
No.
what are you doing right now?
Um, I am taking readings on the tricorder, um, looking for any
You need it,
anomalies
Ryan.
from anything that was different from the last time.
Go ahead and go ahead and give me that computer use or
Okay.
science roll, whichever
Go
one
with
you want.
computer use. So that's a success.
Okay. Um, the spores are still present in the air.
Okay.
Now that you know what you're looking for, they're there.
Okay.
They're interacting with the people throughout the station, as you would expect spores to interact with people.
Okay.
And your shields are mimicking that interaction perfectly. That's what you get.
Everything reads as it should. I'm not picking up any changes.
Huh. I see. And refresh my memory, Ryan, because it's been a hot minute. We were concerned about this entity dying because it's essentially altered the DNA of the people who live there, right?
We lost Ulford.
I think I'm still here, but the cat has knocked a whole bunch of things over.
Oh.
Video went.
So I'm just doing a little bit of tech troubleshooting to see if I
Okay.
can get my camera back.
Okay.
There we are. Okay. Yeah, I think you just knocked the plug out. So,
So, to answer your question, Sam, you guys have assumed that the creature is mind controlling these people. In a way to feed off of them. However,
Uh-huh.
you guys were going to use the feeding as a bargaining chip. We can heal you. That's the mentality that was going on.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So whether or not it altered the people's DNA or not, I don't think anybody looked into that really.
Okay.
Per
Okay.
se.
Got it. Well, I think we should still talk to it. Figure out if it's willing to just take what we've brought, see if that can help. Or at least, if we can't help heal it, this is an independent life form. At least,
You also still have 12 crew members missing.
yeah. Well, we do have 12 crew members missing. Thank you. That's what my brain was screaming at me. I'm like, no, there's something more important I'm missing here. Can so our scans haven't shown up on any of our crew members, correct?
The following the initial anger, there was something in the atmosphere that was interfering with your scans from space. You could detect life forms, but you couldn't identify the life forms. And this planet is teeming with life.
Okay.
So it was just massive amounts of life.
Can we attempt scanning while we're here now?
Who wants to?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will do that. That's my gig.
Yeah,
Giggity.
pork and mork. That's kind of your thing.
Hey Ryan, while they're doing that, I know reached out to feel the treat. Can I try to see if I can get like a feeling, like how is the tree feeling now
That is
compared to
going.
before?
That is going to be a point spend, and I
Okay.
believe sensing something's feelings. Maddie, remind me that was 1 point, right?
Yeah.
Because your bed is in, and you're gonna have to roll a power check.
Okay. So let me.
And am I doing analysis here or?
I would, yes, because you're analyzing the data you've already obtained.
Oh, fudge-a-rooney. That's a 9 under 69.
Nice.
Nice.
You're gonna go ahead. You pick up all 12 crew members.
Okay.
They are not in the same place.
Okay.
They seem to be spread out throughout the complex. One appears to be in the restaurant. One appears to be in the resort.
Okay.
One is mountain climbing. One is
Huh.
just spread out all over.
Okay. Commander, I picked up our crew. They're all spread out. They're all apparently on shore leave.
Well, at least somebody gets to take shore leave for once. Can
we
Okay.
hail any of them?
That was gonna be my next thing. Yeah.
have
As you say
communicators.
that, excellent idea. Yes, we should. And I'm going to because obviously we know who's missing,
Right. By
right?
name.
Like, yeah, like I'm going to attempt to contact one of them specifically, not the one that's potentially climbing a mountain, if we can narrow it down that much.
You
Why
can.
is
You
he
can get
climbing a mountain?
pork is like all data, just like if he was
Yeah.
to, like there was no interference. It's just he's getting
Yeah.
all the information, the feedback from their
Um,
communicators.
The um our our blah blah officer is in the restaurant.
Okay, let's contact them. I'm gonna contact them, see if they respond to
Pick up a name.
um
Jadavian Clowney.
uh
Oh, make it something I might have trouble remembering names.
Jadavian Clowney? You can't remember Jadavian Clowney? The #1 draft pick from like 4 years ago or something like that? Come on.
Obviously, like everyone knows that, right?
So Lieutenant Clowney.
there you go,
Clowny.
Lieutenant Clowney. Perfect.
Here.
Yeah.
Yes, Commander.
I was just checking in as you had not responded to our previous hails. Are you doing okay?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. There must be something wrong. I didn't get no hells. I apologize. Is there an emergency? Is there something I need to do, or can I finish my dinner?
Who are they with?
Finish your dinner and then please report back to the Solidarity.
Very well, Commander.
Thank you. Gonna reach out to somebody else, maybe the one at the resort, somebody
Okay.
kind of further away.
Mhm.
Let's see.
While they're doing this, Ryan, can I see? Can I scan the restaurant where our crew member is, and can I see who is with them?
There do appear to be a few locals there, eating and serving.
Are they sitting at the table with anybody?
Yes, they are. We'll say another crew member is sitting with them.
Oh, another crew member.
Yeah, they're having
okay.
dinner with another crew member.
Okay. All right.
Also real quick, I got an 86 under 90 for
Okay.
my POW score.
Okay. When you reach out to get a sense of the emotions that it's feeling right now, it is calm. It is, again, it's an alien entity, so it's hard to decipher.
Yeah.
But what you would guess, it's calm. It's going about its day. This is like status quo.
Mhm.
There's no level of apprehension, no level of worry. It's just going about its day. If you want to probe deeper, that costs more. But
I kind of want to probe deeper just because this is such a change. This is such a drastic change in what we left with.
okay.
So
So
curiosity
go ahead
has me.
and how much was it to probe deeper, Maddie? 3?
Probe deeper 2, 3.
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
3. So 3 points, and then roll your power score.
This one.
Deeper and deeper. Sweet.
And Maddie, you were about to say something?
No.
That is a 97 over 90, so I'm gonna push that down by 7.
Okay.
If I
you
can.
spend the luck?
Yeah.
Okay. You spend the luck. You get that down to 90.
That was bad rolls.
Yes, it was.
Oof. They're kind of
It
close.
you feel the sadness. It knows it's dying. You feel confusion from it. Again, it's such an alien language. Like if you had like alien language specialty, I might be able to like decipher more for you, but
That be like xenobiology? Or
Or
no, like yeah.
linguistics?
linguistics.
Linguistics. Yeah.
I have that.
Um, but it you also notice that it notices you
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, I do have,
as you probe
Mhm.
deeper.
I do have linguistics.
You want to roll on your linguistics? I'll let you try and decipher.
Yeah. I want to get as clear picture as I can on this. Um, okay. Oh wait, what is that? Oh no, that's a 70 over 40. I ain't gonna worry about it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You just don't. You get general idea that it's knows it's dying. It knows it's kind of you know, but
At the end.
you don't get that. So, what do you want to report to Dell?
Is Dell still close to me, or have
Yeah,
they?
you're all standing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, Lieutenant, this I don't know how to describe this. This feels like someone who's or something that's accepted its fate almost. It's it's calm, it's content, but there are the underlining feelings of confusion. It's sad. It very aware that it's dying, but I don't know if it's made its peace with that or I don't know. It's too unfamiliar to figure out.
Hmm. It knows that it's dying.
Seems seems to know.
Um. Well then, um, I say we figure out what it needs to help it along. Give it, make its last
Award.
days worth it. Yeah. Um.
But remember, to save a plant, you feed it.
Yeah.
That was the whole idea. So the
Yeah.
device you brought with you
I
might
Can't
save
do
it.
yeah.
that.
Might you
Well,
assume it?
were you able to discern if you feel like it's detected us at all, Ensign?
It yes, it does know that we are here. It doesn't seem to have the same sense of hostility before, but it does know we're here.
Well then, let's continue on what we were planning to do. Let's go water this plant.
I sir.
All right.
Uh,
Anybody else want to do something while this was going on?
while we're prepping for it, I am actually going to notify all of the crew members on the planet to please extricate themselves from the planet. What was the name of the lieutenant we were talking to again? The last name?
Clowny.
Clowny.
Okay. 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 So yeah, I will make sure we talk to Lieutenant Clowney. Tell them to finish up with their dinner. Get Lieutenant Dan from their resort and just
Yep.
tell them all to report
Dan.
back to the solidarity.
All right. As you do that, um, Annette, are you keeping that connection with the creature open?
If I can, I would like to.
As each individual is notified,
Mhm.
sadness and apprehension raises in
Oh.
the creature.
Okay. What I'll do then is, well, actually, no, you haven't told me anything, so
Mhm.
continue.
Um, Lieutenant, something's happening. It's it's strange. The fear and the almost like the panic that was somewhat there and idle is now increasing.
It knows they're leaving. They were probably pretty disappointed to hear that they had to go. Um, if we can get the device started, I would like to start off on a low setting and see if we can monitor any changes to the creature as we introduce this to the atmosphere.
Very well.
I'll keep a link up.
Pork, you want to go ahead and roll since you are in charge of the device right now?
Okay. What should I roll here?
Probably like computer use or understanding of the science of how it works would work with it, or
What about like mechanical or electrical?
yeah, either one of those
Okay.
would work.
I'll roll electrical,
Okay.
and oh shit, that's a 2
Okay.
under 65.
You do
Get
not.
it.
If I tell you to roll on making the device work in any way again, it does not. You say no. I got that too. In case I forget. You are a master of that device now.
Okay.
Right? You are a master of the orgasm device.
Pork is the master of the orgasm device. You know.
That is what a Vulcan would call it, for sure.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You know, the name is fitting.
As the device hums up and the bees start the bees start going out to pollinate, as it were. Annette, you feel excitement.
Um, well, this is definitely looking better. The mood has seemed to increase
It's feeling
within
the
the
vibe.
being. Very much so.
Excellent.
Okay.
As you approach the broken window, Dell, where
Uh-huh.
um, there seems to be plants growing over it, but the plants and vines, and the vines start opening up slowly.
I am suspicious of this creature's change in attitude.
Why? We are giving it what it wants.
We have not yet told it that.
But it's feeling pleasure. It wants more. Like it's open. It's willing. This is natural.
Why don't
Chat's
you guys?
killing me.
Why don't you guys penetrate into that area? Real
Oh
quick?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So we can go install this device.
We're just gonna plow on ahead.
Yep. Yeah.
Just
Thrust forward.
Hey, consent's important, people. So it's
make
good.
sure you
It's good.
lubricate. Just lubricate.
Yeah.
Good call.
Oh.
Yep. Buzz.
Do we have a safe word?
Oh no, the bees.
So as you step through the opening that is now presented itself, you see that as the bees are flying around and pollinating different areas,
Mhm.
there seems to be more life going on. It seems to be working as you intended. What are you going to do? And you see the tree in front of you, the pulses of electricity that run through the roots seem to be getting more, like lighting up more and all that.
The pulses are intensifying.
The throbbing isn't.
Yeah, I think that means we need to insert it deeper. So yeah, let's
Turn up
find
the
a nice
buzz.
place. Yep. Let's find a place to put this and turn up the buzz. Yep. Yep.
I hate it here.
Yep.
Hate it
Yep.
here so much.
I want to put a disclaimer out there that when I wrote this adventure, I did not intend for it to be so sexual.
No, not
But
at
we
all.
are on Maddie's channel, so I should have known it was going to go that way.
I don't know
I
what
try
you're
to-
talking about.
Oh
Well,
boy.
you know what they say, buzzing makes it feel good.
Uh-huh. Hey, we don't kink shame.
Gonna do.
I'm Dell's gonna
Okay, you
instruct
bring it
everybody
closer.
to go. Yeah.
No, you get
Yeah.
closer. It does not seem to be reacting in a violent way like it had before. It just looks like a tree right now. I mean, an odd alien tree, but a tree.
Okay. So yeah, well, it seems like there's a clear path ahead of us. Like,
Yep.
yeah, I think we're gonna follow that until we're basically at the heart of the tree.
Yep. And you
Gonna
follow the
find that
roots,
sweet spot.
and you find the tree, and it's sitting there. Does not seem to be reacting in any way, shape, or form. But you have it on the lowest setting right now.
Well, so you're muted, Jay. So
No, I'm not.
oh, you're just not talking. Okay. Well, what I think I will instruct them to do is we should probably set the device up to slowly ramp up until it's at its maximum setting and make our way out of here.
Okay.
Or
Well,
you're able to do so.
All set.
And you're just gonna leave.
I think so. I think hit it and quit it. Just get in, get out, wham bam, thank you, ma'am. It seems
What-
happy enough with the
What about
exchange.
what about the people who live here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good lord.
I'm looking to exit the tree, not the entire planet. I think whilst they're clear of mind, we should probably get the feeling of what some of the people feel about this. If they're okay living here with the tree being like this, I don't necessarily care. Like, if they're happy living here on this wild world, then I think it's okay.
Okay. So you do, Annette. You are getting feelings of increased pleasure. I'm trying to make it not sound.
I'm just going to hit y'all with that Doom Patrol. Just 5 minutes. Tila takes out a cigarette and starts to smoke it. Well, I I am gonna say that she does, like, she is in that, like, hands on the thighs, like crouched over, kind of like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I think it's working.
Um, Counselor, are you okay?
Uh, and she's like, trying to, yes, I would very much like to leave this planet. I think that the tree is quite uh satisfied.
You know that you can put your barrier back
Oh, thank God.
in. You can sever that connection with the tree if you want.
2 more minutes, and then
Let them enjoy it in peace. All right.
2 more minutes, I'm gonna cut it.
Well, you see what Ensign and Annette's really trying to do is, now that they've made this physical connection with the tree, they're trying to sever the emotional connection so that they can leave. You know, that emotional connection makes it very difficult for them to just walk out. Yeah.
Morak will help with the physical aspect of that and just like shoulder run underneath and out we go.
So as you leave the area, you see the plant, the sealing off area is completely like retracted and is completely relaxed and not on guard. So what are you doing now?
I think I'm gonna. Well, it's a human colony, so can we hail the Solidarity? Can they hear us? Del to Solidarity.
Solidarity here.
It seems like our device has worked. But the people on the surface seem to be fine. Maybe we should open up negotiations with the leaders of the colony so we can have an open dialogue and see what they wish to do. I do not sense any danger from the tree.
In addition, the crew members have started beaming back.
I want to make sure that we debrief all of the folks that come back up on the ship, and see if we can glean anything from them. But yeah, we'll contact the main. What was that guy's name that ran our tour?
Oh, God.
Leland.
Leland.
There it is.
That's right.
Del, why don't you contact Leland while you're there and have a direct dialogue.
Yes, sir. I'll proceed to contact Leland.
All right.
Follow my orders.
You know where his office is. It was right off of the main area where the restaurant was and all that, and the transporter room.
Yep.
And as you go there, as you walk into his office, he's all, "Oh, Commander, when are you going to start cycling your people through?"
We actually have run out of time for shore leave, Leland. So
What are you talking about? You just got here.
yes. There were developments. You know how it is being aboard a starship.
Okay. You will put in a good word for us. Remember, we're trying to build this place up. We need to get it, get it going. Right now, there isn't much.
Are we all
traffic.
in there or just Del?
I think you all went in there.
Yeah. Tell me, Leland, how are you? How have you been feeling?
Oh, fine. You know how it is. Just really need to to get this up and running. Otherwise,
Leland, what star date do you believe it is?
he will say the star date from 3 days ago.
Interesting.
Leland, you appear to have amnesia. You
What?
are missing 3 days. We believe that you are being mind controlled by a tree.
That's odd.
Unsettling, yes.
You just got here and you've made this assessment out?
Well, we have actually been here for 3 days, Leland. It's taken us some time to determine this.
What? What is going on?
Do you remember bringing Captain Stoddy and I on our tour?
No, I don't. I mean, I only knew who you were because of the prereq files that you sent over when you first arrived. I mean, that's it.
Well, we beamed down here 3 days ago. Proceeded to talk with you. You started to bring us on our tour. You were more than willing to accommodate in any way, shape, or form to make sure that our needs were met whilst we were here on this planet. Whilst on one of the legs of our tour, we started to notice that things were a little bit amiss. The captain noticed some influence on your emotions, and when we expressed our displeasure, an entity reacted very badly to it whilst we were here.
This is... I mean, what?
If you do not believe, or you need some corroborating evidence, I'm sure actually if you look at the star date on your computer, you will see that time has passed.
He walks over to his computer and he starts typing it in. What is going on here? And I think with that, we're gonna go ahead and call it.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just do like a post wrap thing. So it's a symbiotic relationship. No, they don't want to leave. They don't know it, but it was a deal made with the first people that crashed here 100 years ago in the plane. But this generation had forgotten that deal because it wasn't an influence. It does live off of good emotion, period. The chemicals released from emotion, but good emotions are stronger and healthier. It is predicted to survive this plant. There are hundreds of these plants over the planet. Not all of them have people around. Just this one.
Mm-hmm.
So, but mission has been complete. Do we want to do a scene or just deal with the pregnancy and the captain and Dell next episode?
Yeah, you guys save something for later.
Yeah, we are getting late. We are at the end of our time.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you guys
I
pretty
think
much
that's good.
figured out what was going on and handled it well. Congratulations.
Oh, that was so good.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope y'all.
That's what the tree said as well.
I hate you.
Giggity.
So many sex jokes.
Giggity.
I think
So-
you mean twiggity.
So the idea is that that it influences the people to lure more people here, so it
Mhm.
gets more food. So that's why they are constantly trying to make the
Oh.
resort more fun for you.
Mhm.
When the captain expressed the displeasure of the club being closed, it rushed to open the club.
Huh.
Mm. So it's kind of like, so it essentially it's like a Venus flytrap in a
Mhm.
sense.
Right. But
Mm.
it does not cause no harm to human beings. It is a mutual relationship. They run their electricity off of the plant. So it's a
Mm.
place where you can go and it will cater your every need. There might be some addiction problems later on, but
Mhm.
this is something for after you submit your report to Starfleet. Starfleet send more scientists to negotiate what is acceptable, the rules of using said issue.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a bigger Starfleet issue.
Yep.
Now that
Yep.
there's
Yep.
no
Yep.
immediate lives
The people who
at
are living
risk.
there have been living with this plant for 100
Mm.
years, and they're perfectly happy continuing to live that way.
Okay.
I
So,
like it. I love it.
um, I'm Ryan at Belegron on Twitch, Twitter. You can find me on this channel. I am bringing Monday back. I am back to my schedule. So we're gonna be playing Maddie's homebrew game instead of Doctor Where the Fuck for a little while, just to change it up a little bit. And then I'm gonna be playing in that. You can find me. I'm bringing back Cryptid Hunters on the alternating Monday. I have this every other Tuesday, and then every Thursday we have some form of um, Call of Cthulhu, and then every other Sunday, Dragonlance Dragons of Rebirth, which we have a new cast member coming. So that's me. That's me. So next, let's go to. Speaking of that, let's go to Jay. Jay, tell us who you are, who you are, who you played, what your favorite part of this episode was, and then where to find you.
Okay. So I am Jay, also known as Big Barda. I played Ensign Tila Annette and also Lieutenant Devon Barker. Um, favorite part? Honestly, it was working through trying to figure out how to get what we needed from this exchange with the tree. I love problem solving, which is why I love Star Trek. So that was really fun collaborating all these different characters to come up with something. And those roles were bomb as fuck. Um, all yours in the way. Um, and you can find me here playing this lovely game on Tuesdays. I'm also on Duval and Dragons. I do stuff, guys. Um, on every other Sunday, I believe. Matt, correct me if I'm wrong. You might see me on something else, so who knows? And you can also find me on the Ticker Talker at JQuartz5, where I amuse myself and sometimes the people who follow me. So yeah.
I can concur. It's very good over there.
Thank you, Jay. Next, we will go to Lieutenant Commander Marak Ulfrig.
Hello, I played Lieutenant Commander Morak and Lieutenant Doctor Farah. How does that work? Doctor Lieutenant, Lieutenant Doctor,
You usually
and
choose one or the other.
Doctor. I think she likes being a doctor. Who wouldn't like being a doctor? My favorite part of tonight was Dell's partner giving birth. Like, that whole scene just working on like 6 different levels at once and having to balance all of the different drama and comedy and then more and more drama on top of it. So thank you, fam, for making that a really making that a really fun RP moment.
And where can we find you?
Oh, you can't. I rolled really high on my stealth check. You can find me here playing this game or check out the Chatty Fam Discord if you want to see me. But at the moment, I'm not doing a whole lot of streaming or podcasting. So that's kind of where I'm chilling.
All right. Thank you, Ulfrig. Sam.
Hi. Yeah, I'm Sam. the one who's been agonizing this whole episode. My my favorite part of the episode, um, was quite honestly, my super awkward exchange with Ryan, where he proceeded to say how a baby was created. That was great. You know, um, and then second favorite thing was how every single person other than me here was making the most horrific dad jokes. Um, just dad jokes for days.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Those are my top two. I Yeah,
And where
pretty
can we
awesome.
find you?
So you can find me here, or my only other place, is on my 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons podcast, Beholder's Eye, at www.beholderseyepod.com, where we have launched our volume 2, and you get to. I'll give you spoilers. It's not even out yet. You get to see me spin my wheels for many weeks at a single puzzle. Um, uh, yeah, yeah. I'm posed with a puzzle as part of an investigation, and it breaks me as a human being. So there you go. Yeah, Sam knows spell good. Don't give Sam word puzzle. Um, so so yeah, that's where you can find me. So yeah.
All right. Thank you, Sam. And finally, the man, the myth, the legend.
What? No.
Maddie.
Anyway, hey folks, I'm Maddie, aka So Many Games. I use he, him pronouns. I would have to say my favorite part was, like, really just the whole goddamn thing. No, but really the walking into sick bay and just that was fun. That was a blast. I love um I love moments when I get to like role play out things that like I know what's up, but I don't know what's up, so I need to like act like I don't know what's up, and I love that shit. I love it. Because I love to play stupid, you know. But yeah, and I am here a number of nights, like not all the nights, because I got life. I don't. But I do play a lot of games here. I run games here. I run some Dragonlance, a couple nights a week. And we're going to be doing a little homebrew running during our Dr. Where the Fuck hiatus. And that's going to be a lot of fun because I've got some homebrewed subclasses that are going to be used and whatnot, including a Smolin a mech suit, that's going to be fun as an artificer. And also, what else? Yeah, I play this. I play Duval and Dragons, and then I do like stuff at home. So, and then other people do stuff on my channel. Isn't that crazy? But we have games here 5 days a week. Sunday through Thursday. There's something here, right here at the Chatty Fam. And if you want to join, hit the Discord, come on, hang out, and we're always starting new games, or whether they're games on stream or games at home, things like that. A lot of people start offline games as well. We like to play games. We also like to talk about butts, and obviously innuendo is a big thing. Who knew? And then I am a graphic artist. I do lots of graphic art. Oh boy,
Tired.
I am so tired. But yeah, you can see my portfolio at somanygames.work. You can hire me direct at kofi.com/Maddie. And you can even do this thing like it's like linkpop.com/so many games for all my links. and stuff. So there's that. Now, tomorrow is the agency, so come hang out for that. We got Colica Thursday on Thursday. Then Friday, oh my God, it is Extra Life weekend, and we are kicking off Extra Life with a party of epic proportions. We're having 2 D&D 5e games right here, starting at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. We're starting with DM Dan. Cyrus Truth is running a D&D 5e game, basically from 4 to 7. And then from 7 to 10, Crafty Psych, Christine is running a game. And I get to play in both. I'm very excited. And then, boom! Starting at noon on Saturday, it is Extra Life. And we are teaming up with our good friends at Dump Stat Charisma again, raising money for Seattle Children's Hospital, and we are part of the Cascadian Gamers team, and we're going to be gaming for 25 hours straight. So we're going to have games here, we're going to have games at All Nerds here, and we're going to have games at Dump Stat Charisma. So I am running a Retroverse game starting at midnight, and going until I get daylight savings in that time too. That's always fun every year. And doing that, and then I'm gonna be playing another game of D&D 5e after that. And so I'll be up all night. And we'll be doing those right here on the So Many Games channel. But kicking off at noon on Saturday over at Dumpsack Charisma, there's going to be lots of games, lots of fun, lots of shenanigans, and lots of opportunities for you to donate for us to do stupid shit for the kids. So there it is. And yeah, so that's all I've got for that. So come hang out. We've got lots of stuff every fucking day this week, into next week. We're just going. And then coming in December, yes, it is the 3P. It is Stinkapalooza 3 is happening the weekend of December 10th, okay? Or December 12th or whatever it is. It's going to be that weekend, and it is Stinkapalooza 3, a very stinky Christmas, and we're going to have a big ass, a big charity event, raising money for our good friend Stink Rat's Charms. I have to get used to that screen name. Alex, you know her, you love her. And so yes, we're going to be doing all sorts for that. So definitely stay tuned. If you would like to get involved and be a part of any of our games, join the Discord, and we'll have signups in our Helping Hard Hands channel coming up very soon. Okay, now finally, let's all go home. But before we do, folks, remember, Black Lives Matter. God damn it. Trans rights are human rights. Stop Asian hate. Stop telling people with uteruses what to do with them. It's not your uterus. All right? All right? Mental health is health. All right? Free the fucks. And when given the opportunity, choose love. All right? Love's all you need. I love you. And I love your butt. All right. Let's see if there's anybody to raid. I forgot to do that. Look at that, as you do. Where is my, oh, there it is. I don't know. I will blah, 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 and stuff, and I see, blah, blah, blah. Oh, no. Oh, Fantasy Banjo. Shut the fuck up. What's that? Oh, trying to give up sexual innuendos, but it's hard. So hard. Thank you. That was my husband. And talking about butts, he's got a great one. I tell you that. So let's go. We're gonna go raid Fantasy Banjo. Good folks over there. As I get into my no. Oh God, I am not doing this well. I am so tired. I am so sleepy. Give me sleep. I need to raid. Okay, there it is. And oh, they're not here. Okay, never mind. We're going to Quest and Chaos because I just can't right now. So we're gonna do that. Anyway, show the love, and thank you all for joining us so much. I love your faces in all the right places. Good fucking night.